Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. You may have seen on Instagram lately that I am going through a spurt of totally decluttering and kind of revamping our homeschool space. This tends to happen to me where I keep everything the same for a while and then all of a sudden I have an idea or some inspiration and I've got to make wide sweeping changes. So that's what has happened over here. If you follow my channel for the past couple of years, not much has changed. I'm in my kitchen. So this is our homeschooling setup in our kitchen. And if you've watched any of, I think I have 2 videos kind of showing a tour of our homeschool space, you're probably familiar with all the things that we use in this area. And I was just thinking the other day how there's so much over here that has felt cluttered to me, and that I've had the same setup since my oldest son was in kindergarten, and haven't changed much. And there are some things that we don't really get a lot of use out of anymore, but they're taking up space and I just don't have it as functional as I would like to have it. So for example, on our counter over there, I have my computer and my planner and everything set up. I do have an office, but I have my laptop in here because I use it during the day when I'm homeschooling my kids. So it's easier to have everything in a central location. But I don't love everything on our main counter in our kitchen. So the goal is to organize everything over here, and I'm going to turn this into a space where I have my computer and I have a little area for like a little mini office in the kitchen. And then I've got some more functional homeschool space, better organized, really minimalized over on the other side. So I figured I would film a video showing you guys the process. I started clearing out a lot of things already. So something that I've loved in the past is that rainbow drawer. We've held paper and lots of things in there. But again, there are 3 main drawers that I really use right now. So consolidating that. I'm consolidating this little shelf setup here. I'm gonna be doing some decorative baskets. And again, just kind of clearing up some of this other space. I cleaned out drawers yesterday. I've also been working on going through our pantry, is where I also have a lot of our school supplies and some stuff that we just never touch. So again, decluttering, getting some things to donate to a local private school, some supplies that we don't use anymore, some things that I can sell at our homeschool library in town, and just all the things. So it's already starting to feel really good. It feels really strange to have our bulletin board cleaned off. That is going away. And so, yeah, I figured I would take you guys with us. This is going to be a multi-day process. I think the next step, Josh is going to be helping me hide that TV cord. We are going to keep the TV up here because we use that a lot in our homeschool. So he's going to do that. We're possibly going to have to repaint and do some drywall work if there's any holes in the wall. And a lot of the little things that I ordered, some shelves and the baskets, things like that, are going to be coming the next couple of days from Amazon. So I hope you enjoy seeing the transformation of this space throughout the next couple of days. Okay, wanted to give you guys an update. It looks really different over here already. We took the big bulletin board down and I started moving a lot of things on this shelf over here. I'm no longer gonna be using that drawer system I had with all the rainbow knobs. I just wasn't using that very much anymore. Cleared everything out of this. Really, I was using 4, I think 4 of the compartments for some of my kids' books and schoolwork. But those are going to be moving to different places. The other ones I was using 1 slot for my answer keys and then some kind of random stuff in the other ones. So those things are all going to be finding new homes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this shelf yet. The back part is kind of falling apart, but it is still a good shelf, so I might have to find another use for it. But the plan is to put up some floating shelves here. We've got 2 holes in the wall from where we took down the bulletin board, so we'll probably patch those up and maybe paint. I can't decide if we're just gonna paint that wall the same color or if I should do something else on that wall that kind of sits in a little bit. Most likely we'll just paint because I don't have any other ideas right now. But Josh is also gonna hide the computer cord behind the wall and put like a plug at the top so it's not hanging down anymore. I got these baskets here. I got 4 of them. Initially, my thought was that each of my kids would have their own basket and then the baskets would sit on the floating shelves. But I think they're gonna get just too heavy if I did that. So I kind of split some things up. Some of my first graders stuff is gonna go in this basket. I've got history timeline stuff here. I have some science and a math folder, random things in here. And then I've got all of my son's reading and language arts stuff in that basket. Everything else for my kids, they're gonna keep at their desk, or I did move a storage basket into the other room to hold some of their books that we had in here. For some of our papers and things, I got this in, so I'm gonna be using this. Really, these are the types of papers we use the most now that my kids are older, just plain white paper and cardstock, sometimes construction paper, and then lined paper. So I thought something like this would be a little bit, wouldn't take up as much space as that big plastic shelf, and it would just look a little bit nicer. And then I got this from Amazon. I'm gonna use it just to kind of decorate the space a little bit. I have my candle and a plant here, but it arrived broken, so I'm gonna be getting a replacement for this. But that'll just be a little decorative piece for over in my desk / workspace. And then I did a little rearranging in here. I moved, I used to have both of these over in our kitchen. This was holding all of my first grader stuff, but it's now gonna sit on this shelf in our schoolroom to hold things that my kids use. A lot of this is stuff that we do together, but just kind of an extra bin to hold some of their work, so they don't have to keep everything at their desks. Their desks don't have a ton of storage space, so I figured that would be helpful to them. And then a little basket here for some random electronics. Some of these are really old. We don't use a lot of them anymore. My son will occasionally use them, but they're gonna sit here for now. The other thing that I did in my reorganizing is I cleaned out these 2 bottom shelves of our bookshelf. We used to have some games here, but those are all gonna go in the new, the bottom part of the bookshelves that my husband built in the living room. And so I did have all of our Mystery of History stuff in a big plastic crate that was under that desk area, but I needed to get that out of the way because that's where I'm gonna sit now to do my work. So I picked up these baskets from Target, and I thought they fit pretty well there. They do hang over the edge just a little bit, but I don't think it looks too bad. So that's where all of our history stuff is, and then this one is just kind of a catch-all of random things that I didn't have anywhere else to put them at the time. All right, it's Saturday, and I assigned Carly the task of putting my new chair together. I haven't given her any instruction myself, just the guide, and I'm sure she's doing a great job. I told her as long as I don't fall when I sit on the chair, we'll consider it a success. This one's pretty cool because it swivels. I'm hoping it'll be comfortable. We'll see. But yeah, I had another one that I liked, but it has to fit under our cabinet, which is kind of short. So that was what I ended up getting. And right now, Josh is working on trying to hide the TV cord. So he's got a hole that he cut out here, and that's what he's doing. That's about all I know how to explain it.
Just put this cord down this hole and we won't even see it anymore.
That's not true. Don't do that.
2 yellow lights means that I did everything correct. And the plug is white, well, probably orange light, that's okay. 2 orange lights. Success.
Josh finished his task. No more ugly cord hanging down, and Luke helped me put together this lamp. I grabbed this off of Amazon, so I'm going to plug it in and make sure he did it correctly and everything works fine. This has a USB plug in here, so that's gonna come in handy. And then it should, if I turn it on, there we go. Okay, again, success. Put the kids to work today. This has an adjustable brightness too, so that's really nice. It'll be good to just give us a little bit extra light here in the kitchen. Okay, we have most of the transformation complete, but the final part just came in the mail. Josh is gonna help me open it, and then this is going to go up on the wall. You're good. Probably chose our worst scissors for the job. This is, it's actually a sign that I ordered from Etsy. I'm gonna have to take a look maybe at the name of the store. I wanna say it's Wandering Heart Signs, but I could be wrong. So I'll take a look at that and put the name of the shop in the description for you guys. But we had to find a big sign to go for that big space right up there. So that's where this is gonna go. Do you need some help? Oh gosh. Here, let's see. Let me pull this. Got it? More cutting. And then these, while he's opening this up, these are gonna go on the other side of the sign because it's not gonna take up that entire space, but they're these little planter decorations that I got on Amazon. So they'll look something like that.
On this side.
Oh, come on this side, okay. Ooh. Okay, there it is. We got a big sign. We chose to do the Lord's Prayer. We have been going through a class at church, and we recently were kind of studying the Lord's Prayer, and I just love how it gives us a good example of how to pray. Jesus teaching us how to pray. So I thought it would be a really cool thing to hang on the wall above that space.
Nice canvas.
Yeah.
Canvas.
Canvas, and then there were a couple of different frame color options in the shop, and she had a lot of really cool signs that she makes. So let's get this up on the wall. So I'm getting ready to take my youngest to soccer practice. Josh is going to put the finishing touches up on the sign and the little plant details. And then hopefully tomorrow I will show you guys the entire space finished up. Okay, you guys, I just wanted to hop on real quick to show you the completed space. It is all done. I'm super excited about it. I love how everything came together. I am by far an interior designer or decorator. I'm typically really terrible at this type of thing, but I'm pretty proud of myself for how all of the pieces work and how it fills out this space. So like I said at the beginning of this video, this space has been the same for years, and it has been functional and it has felt fine, but how it turned out, it feels just a lot cozier, a lot less cluttered, a lot more organized, and just a better fit for us since my kids are older. And even in the past week that I've kind of had things set up like this, just to have everything off of our main counter in our kitchen, like my computer and my books and things like that, has just, I don't know, it has been really good for me emotionally. Like just having that clean space and having everything just more organized. And I don't know, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Just decluttering in general typically just makes me happy. So it's been a really good change. So let me show you the finished result. Okay, so last night Josh got our Lord's Prayer sign hung at the top, and he hung up those little plant decorations for me. I love those. I just happened to find those on Amazon. After we found the sign, that's kind of one of the biggest sizes that we could find, and it's such a wide space up there. I wanted to find something that could kind of just fill it out, and I thought those would work well, and I'm happy with them. I like them. One of my favorite parts is this new bulletin board. I think this is so cool. It comes in lots of different colors, and these are all just modular pieces. So it comes in these little squares. It's felt, and it just sticks to the wall with a command strip type thing. And so you can put it on however you want to, whatever space you had to fill. So I thought it fit there really nicely, and it just fills in that space. I don't have it junked up yet with a lot of things, but I did put a couple of things, just pinned them up there, but I really like it. It's definitely a little bit more sophisticated than the other bulletin board that we had up there. Over here, I did get 4 wicker baskets. My original plan was to have one basket for each of my kids, and they would each keep some things in there. Turns out that is pretty heavy, and we ended up, I don't know if we needed to, but I ended up buying these brackets to reinforce the floating shelves. When I bought the shelves, it said it would hold like maybe up to 30 pounds. I don't remember, but it didn't seem like it was going to hold the weight of the baskets. So we did reinforce them, and I'm not using a basket for each of my kids, but I do have them filled up with specific things. So these 2 down here are for my first grader. I've got some of his science stuff, social studies, and then I have all of his logic of English stuff in this basket. And even with just that, they're still pretty heavy, but they seem to be doing okay on the shelves. In those 2 baskets at the top, one of them I have our timeline materials for our history, and the other one I have some math and our science lab binders. So things that we're gonna use in here in this space, so it just makes it easy to access. I bought some bookends, and these are the things that we're doing as read alouds, or we're kind of reading together as a family. I'm just gonna keep that right there. This space here, this is kind of replacing that big tall drawer that I had. Really, we just use lined paper, white paper, printer paper, cardstock, and sometimes construction paper right now. So this kind of takes that place and just fills our need there. This is a lot of my stuff. I've got Latin, some of my teacher grading, teacher manuals and grading keys, and then a couple binders that I have for church stuff. Just a little decoration here. I have my candle from St. Louis Candle Co. I enjoy their candles, and a new spinny pencil holder. Takes up a little bit less space than the other one that we had. And then over here, this is kind of my area. So I've got my Bibles, I've got my current Bible studies that I'm doing, some stuff for church. I've got my new book over here. You guys should pick this up, Everyday Faithfulness, devotional for homeschool moms. I hope you have grabbed a copy, and thank you so much. I know a lot of you have, so thank you if you did. But if not, shameless plug, you should grab one. I think you'll love it. my planner, and then I'm loving this lamp. It has a USB plug in it, so in case I need to charge something, it is adjustable with the lighting, and I just love the soft light that it gives in this corner over here. It's been working really well. I also got, I think I showed you this, Carly was putting together the chair. Very comfortable, and it swivels a little bit too. So that's kind of nice. And it fits perfectly under this space in the kitchen. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this transformation of our homeschool space slash little bit of work area for me. I'm going to leave a link down below. I did put together a collection on my Amazon shopping page of all of the pieces that I bought for this space. So if there was anything you're interested in, you can click on that link and shop for that particular thing. So go check that out. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And just thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.